Welcome back to the close. 45 minutes left in a very interesting trading session. Interesting last hour or so. As you can see, pretty negative now right across the board, where we were trying to get back into positive territory. Now the S&P 0.8, nearly 0.75% for the Dow. NASDAQ leading here 1.2% in negative territory. The market doesn't like capital gains, guys.
Market doesn't like capital gains. Taxes.
Right.
Oh, goodness.
I like taxes.
Huh?
No.
Oh.
We don't like taxes. Guys, I mean, what a nasty headline that was from Mr. Joe Biden today. I mean, coming out there and talking about, going to put 43%? I tweeted it out there. We'll find out. Yeah, we're just joking. We don't like tax, obviously. Here it was right here on the tweet that I have. Joe Biden proposes capital wealth tax gains as high as 43.4. The funny thing is like 43 is not good enough. Right? You got to add that 0.4 in there. For the wealthy, I guess that's people making, I think they clarified it, over $1 million or something annually. So it's not going to affect everybody, but it's affecting enough people that are involved in the market. So yeah, that created bang to the downside. NASDAQ was positive, and then Neil, we can see the chart. Yeah, this is what happened. I tried to catch a couple longs. We'll review that. But yeah, welcome to the fastest 45 minutes on YouTube. We're gonna trade this close. I was gonna say we're gonna crush this close. We don't have any expectations. We always try to make some money. Let's just find some good spots.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I will say is that anytime you get moves like that, it's always worth it. I have the NASDAQ up here. Just look back to that flush out low that we had yesterday. And there's that bottom, 13.7. Where do we go? Right at the absolute low, exactly the same price. You're gonna look at the ES, you're gonna say basically the same thing. You're getting it right into that same little bottom, 41.15. So you look to those levels at times, and I mean, I guess I could have actually gone into the futures. I'm not sure why I didn't. It was Apple that I happened to be looking at as was going to the downside, and at the same time, Apple was shy of that low from yesterday morning. So this is the one I decided to buy the dip on. And yeah, I'm not very proud of the the execution's in the way upside here, not too bad, because there was this little dip into 132, so takes them out in front of there. I'm like, let's hold it into the close because we're coming all the way back. They're not going to pass that. It's going to take forever to get through. It's not going to have a blah, blah, blah. We're heading right back to the low, and I should have taken profit, well like $1.50 into the money, or well over $1 into the money on Apple. Instead, I'm holding to see if the market's going to hold the low today, and that's not the only name which broke through the bottom. We talked a lot of Coinbase lately. Come on, load. There you go. And my 15-minute chart. Forget about it. Let's go to the 3. It flushed through 300. I mean, everything crashed, but flushed through 300, fresh lows. It made a nice rebound, but rejected that 300 level. So we'll have to watch that one. I'd love to see it close above 300, but that's big time resistance there, Sean.
Shoot, I didn't even notice Coinbase went down there. Wow, okay. I just went back to sort of what we do best here, and that was with Palantir. This is when the news came out right around here. It was 23. They came out right here. Big move to the downside there, short out right there. And then we tried to buy. We actually bought, so that's a short, and then we bought it back, but bought more shares than we wanted. Not than we wanted, but we went long, and then we got out just after that, broke through 23. And then we let it settle down, and again, 22.50, guys. That's going to be the level that I'm always going to look at. We've talked about that over and over again. So, we bought 3 times the shares there, and then, allowed it to run to the upside. My best out 93 off of a 62 long. What do I have now? 61. So this market's cracking back. So, we let one little piece hold. I'm going to get out of this one right now, and then we'll regroup. But Palantir was a nice bid at 22.50. If it gets down there again, I think it's worth a try and see if this market does hold. What's up, B?
All right, on days like this, where we have a reversal because of a news kind of headline, we like to look at relative strength and relative weakness, understand what is weak and why, and what isn't. Ocugen, we mentioned this morning, guys, OCGN, doesn't care at all what the market is doing right now. And I say this simply because if we do get a bounce heading into the close, a stock like this that is relatively strong could continue this move. 25% for OCGN. There was positive COVID headlines on it, guys.
Wait a minute. So you're saying we should buy the stocks that are strong and sell the ones that are weak? Oops. Path was strong. Well, I mean, Path has been strong all day long. Yesterday too. Of course, it's a recent IPO, so it's only traded 2 days, so it's 2 for 2 on the session. There were some good longs in the morning. Excuse me while I accidentally get out of half my shares at 71. There were a couple other buys in here, 75, 74 threes. I then when it turned off 80 the first time, I shorted on the way down here off 78. Got a little rebound play. It flushed out after hitting 80 again in the afternoon, and then we come right back up. I tried to short 78s again, shorted like 10 cents above in front of the price, got out for like a 15 penny hit, and then waited for it to test that 80 level. Took a couple of legs to the upside. I still hang on to my 79.45s, but I've taken everything out to that 78 level, just sort of scalping it because it's relatively strong. But that 80's been a bit of a gift. If it breaks through, I kind of feel like it's going to be a long for me. I'm going to hang on to the shorts, see if we get back into VWAP on this name, just because the shorts have been good off of this level. But triple top, market is trying to come back and failing, and this is one of the few names that looks very strong. Occugen as well, but I tend to short pops on Occugen. Maybe we'll do a little something different today. But Path, going to hang on to this and only go long if it breaks 8-0 to the upside. Triple top.
I see Occugen there. Wow, $8 up huge. Wow, good mover there. Okay, I was looking at AMD. We messed with this one earlier and got out. We told you it was really weak there, and I don't even know why I was bidding, but that was such a great break there. Imagine, I should have flipped over to AMD when I saw this move. Like, look at this. It broke 80 and then just went bang all the way to the downside. Now it's trying to recover a little bit with Intel earnings on tap here. Let's have a look at Intel to see what we can find out here. Intel down that 1.85%. This is looking much better than AMD again. AMD down 3%, Intel only down 1.83%. A nice little, again, Neil and I have to be flat at the end of every day. So any trade we make now has a 40-minute shelf life because there's only 40 minutes left in the day. So 62.70, 67 or so, good little level, but look where we bounced off of 50s. You know what? This is consolidating too much. I don't love this play. Let's look at something else. What has Ford done? Back down to 11.92. Okay, there's that 12.10 break. Doesn't do anything really on the 12.10 break, then comes all the way back down. This is a good level. Let's pick up some Ford right now. In the worst of it, it dipped down to 83. So I think this is probably worth it. If we do get a battle back here in Ford, we can play off these 87, 88 levels. I'm going to take a quick bid here on Ford and see what we can do.
Yeah, I'm sort of looking at this Occugen here, just trying to find some price levels. I do look up to this like $9 range. Like maybe it flushes or pushes into that price, I should say, not flush. But there is a top forming at 820 here. I mean, it's consolidating, looking for a bit of a breakout. Probably worth a look on the break at 820. I mean, it's not 8 quarters. I like the quarters better, but I'd take a shot at 820. Maybe it goes really fast. You get a bit of a scalp trade up to that 850. But I wouldn't hunt shorts until it either flushes back down through, call it 785, or pushes through $9, and then maybe it's got like a bit of a capitulation after another parabolic move up. Brendan?
Just looking at some crypto names here, guys. Noticed a lot of people talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin breaking to the downside, this consolidation it's been in since the weekend when we had that flash to the downside. It hasn't taken out that flash low yet, obviously, but coming back towards 52,000. So anything crypto related making lows at this point. Mara here down 10%, but they're all pretty weak, guys.
Yeah, that's not a good one for sure. Ether as well, heading to the downside. So lots of moves happening and not all great. So yeah, look, that's just another asset class. So as you see different moves happening in the market, you're going to get hit. I mean, Mara, so we just went long forward. But yeah, Riot is a good one to trade. You guys, a lot of you guys look at that. SOS, SI, another name to look at possibly as well. I mean, this is pretty dramatic, man. Like 41 down to 36.50 and now trying to find a base. So this looks pretty good to me. On a daily chart, we're right back in this area. So look, if you're still bullish on crypto and you like to get some equity exposure as well, nothing wrong with getting Riot right here, I don't think, at 36.50. That looked pretty good here for, on the chart. If you wanted a swing play, this may be one, unless they come out and announce a share offering or something and we get back down here. But right now, if there's a bounce, this looks like it might be a good one to pick up. Riot on the upside might be a good, Riot, Mara, whatever. We'll check out Mara, but Riot looks like a good one, especially if you look at the daily chart. I just wanted to bring that to everyone's attention. We're all the way down here. You could get in now and then get out if it breaks 35 on a long-term swing play. You have a lot of upside here.
Yeah, no question about it. I was just looking at Silvergate, so post solid earnings for them. It wasn't blowout, but they're down 9%. I mean, look, everything is going to be to the downside. This stock has been crushed in the last few sessions. Going into last week, you had a big time reversal. If it came to 100, I actually missed getting a bit of a bid in just above that 100 level. I kind of think if you press it up a little bit and say it's not a bad spot to get in the 112 range. Generally speaking, when there's those panic times in the market where things are coming down, it's when you want to think about initiating positions, something you really like, but make sure it's a stock you actually want to buy and not just randomly anything. Just to cover, I only add the 2 positions, the long and Apple, which is basically back to flat. I'm not terribly proud of myself for that. I could have taken some profit. And then this path, if the market's going to continue to head to the downside here, it hasn't really flushed that far through that 78, but it did just make the break. It got as far as 77.50. I'm shooting VWAP for this trade. Triple top off 78. You got to figure if it's going to sell into the close. I'm not saying it needs to get down to 73, 74 where it bottomed the first time. Or I guess the second time it bounced off of 80, but if you can get down to that 76 range, I'd like to be holding it either for that or right up into that close as long as it doesn't break 80. Obviously, the closer it gets to 4 o'clock, I don't have a choice. I'm going to want to take some profit in there. I'll look to 350 to be a bit of a cutoff. I wouldn't anticipate a recent IPO to have a massive imbalance, but you never know. It'll come out at 350. If it's a gigantic buy one, I guess I'll have to get out of it right away and then maybe look to see if there's a breakout.
Yeah, no, for sure. The only position I'm in right now is that Ford. That's, I have a similar situation here with that Palantir we talked about. I'm still long Microsoft as well, 25.16. I can show you the Microsoft chart and what we did during that move. I talk about a lot of trades. Overall, they're not going to be up, but it was just a crazy, crazy wild one. Thank God we were able to buy some down in the dip and get out there. Was waiting for this to kind of break 257. That never really happened, this high there. Bounce, 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 and then you come back down, and we could have actually got long again right where we are. So this is only 10 cents in the money. Slippery slope, man. This market's going to crash, I think, at the end of this day. So you got to be very, very careful with all of your positions, no matter what, heading into the close today. We will look at the imbalance locator that's going to be coming out soon. We could have a quick look at it now, but it's going to be useless. We'll look at it in about 10 or 15 minutes. The imbalance locator live for you guys. Ford, 1 cent in the money, not doing too much. We got to find another name. Let's find one that's moving around. What's up, Brendan?
Another one that doesn't really care what the market's doing right now. A little one, Brooklyn Immunotherapeutics Incorporated, up on big time volume. Still trying to find a reason here. This is a recent addition, up 46%, but heavy volume coming in on the buy side, guys. Just broke $13 there.
I can tell you what's moving. It's at Oxygen. Usually I short pops on this thing, but it's through that 820. I got a couple of entries there. 822, the average price. Look, I'm always going to scalp a little bit out. I talked about 850. Maybe it gives you a quick scalp trade into that, and then I wouldn't think about shorts unless it's south of 785 or heading into $9. So maybe we're making that first move to the upside. I'll definitely try to get something out on the north side of 840 here. At this point, I can probably give it back to those teens, but a quick little scalp long break. You cannot fight the tape. There's not much that's strong in this market. Today anyways. There's plenty of strong stocks in the market in general, but not too many things that are up on this move. So you find one of these that's breaking out, and then you got to take the long side of the trade. As far as shorts go, I was looking at some Nikola, and that didn't work out for me, obviously, if you watch the chart today. And then I had some Riot earlier, which is a mixed result. And I'm not going to go back to that well necessarily. I kind of feel like those came back in without me. But towards a close, I was looking at some of the airlines there, Sean. I was trading LUV. This continues to run. It can't break 40 for some reason, this OCG, and not a huge offer. But I was looking at Southwest, which I had a dip buy in here at 62, and I had another level I liked at 61. It's right there, basically bouncing off 61. This is the defense I liked in the morning. If we're going to hold the low of the day, I got to go back to the well for one of the stocks that I wanted to buy in a dip. I didn't exactly execute, I think, the best on the way upside. I should have held this last entry, this last exit, probably to that higher level in front of that flush at 63.50. But now we're long at the bottom. 62 and 61 were the only two prices we want to defend, and we are here defending the absolute low of the day, and Apple essentially back to flat. So those lows on the ES, 5 handles away there, and we bounced. If we hold a higher low, I think a good chance we can come back up like 20 handles or so. Hopefully that gets me into the 60 to 80 range on LUV, and that'll be Southwest. And then as far as Apple goes, I kind of think we'd have a shot to get back into the 132.50 range. I'd have to be happy taking $1 on that trade when I kind of stared that gift horse in the face and didn't even take it. I had the key for a reason. I'm not supposed to do it, but I just stared this move upside thinking it was going to come almost all the way back. And of course, We did not.
Yeah, nah. This is just a crazy Snapchat guys reporting. Yeah, we like that gift horse. What animation, I guess. It's a pretty cool one. I like that tongue. Okay, 57. Here we go. Let's zoom this in a little bit here. We just took Snapchat, 57.20. It goes in the money, 10 cents. That's not good enough. You know, they have the report tonight. We talked about Snapchat. I've looked at the daily chart for you guys. This is the 1 minute chart. Let's look at the daily chart. Here's Snapchat right here. Obviously today, you know, started off pretty good, then it started heading southbound. So Snapchat does come today. I was wondering, did we ever check, maybe Brendan, did we ever check that short imbalance on Snapchat? Maybe if you have it up there, I would like to find out. But, you know, so I'm long here at 20. I'm going to give this back to this area here, 56.95, even a little bit lower, 56.80. We're not going to be too invested here. There's only 20 minutes left, 30 minutes left. But I like this play. I have more bids in here, 57.05, 57.08. Let's see if we can't get into the 57.50 area right around here and take out some profit on Snapchat. So my first offer is going to be 57.40. See if we can take a smooth 20, and then we'll wait after that. Brenda, you got that?
Yeah, it's actually not that bad. Pretty much flat line. If you look at the chart here, this is the shorted shares or shares that are out in the market borrowed at the moment. The overall number, 4%, but it's pretty flat as far as what is happening, guys.
That's okay. I mean, the only reason we wanted to know that number was in case there was, like, I was just thinking here, if it was a massive beat, a lot of people looking at this level, 64. So if they beat huge, okay, Snapchat, I see you. If they beat huge, then I was thinking that we could break this and then get going. But here comes Snapchat. There we go. There it is. We just got filled. No? What am I offering? I thought I was offering 37s. What? I was offering 37s. Where's those? Oh, only printed on NASDAQ there. Not using that gateway, but there it is. There we go. We get it anyways. NASDAQ out. Nice little move there on Snapchat for the quick little winner. So we'll do a little backflip. Now we're holding the rest to see what happens upside. Do we take out this 57.80? Nice to see the market running. That means that Palantir is also a little hot dog money maker right now. Nice bounce off 22.75. Talked about that when we came on. That's a nice winner there. And then so is Microsoft right now, busting to these levels. Probably get this out right now. Good win for Microsoft, 70 cents in the money, 27 for Palantir, and now 15 for Snap. Let's see. Oh, Ford also, not bad. We'll take 3 pennies soon.
Yeah, I mean, everything running to the upside here. Well, not everything, but Oxygen just hit that 848, so almost 850. I'll take another leg out, so that breakout does take us through 850. Now, if I'm thinking about shorting at 9, I got to throw something in the 880 range, so I'm just going to have an order out there in case it spikes to the upside. Southwest, we have these levels for sort of a reason. It bounced off 61. I'm quickly going to get a move out to like 61.45, so quick 40-cent winner. If it goes all the way up to that 60 to 80 range, I was just saying, I'd be pretty happy if it got there. We got a nice little bounce to the upside. Now, could you dream about it going to VWAP, giving you $1.50? If this was earlier in the day, I think that would make a lot of sense, but this is a pretty weak market off after that news. So I'll take whatever bounce we can get off that key level. You've got to bank your profit. You've got to take it. That's what we're all about here. And again, like Sean said, like we have to be flat in 27 minutes here. That does put a damper on the trades. You'll see a little bit more scalping. You might hit that, like, tight trade off of 61 even, like where you get like 3 to 5 long, and you're looking to make like a 40 to 70 penny move, risking 10, right? So that's a bit of a home run, but I don't think I'm getting $1.50. Like if it was a trade earlier on in the day, maybe you're getting in multiple times. Maybe I'm adding when it breaks 61.25. Not doing that here, so tight to the close.
Look what's happening right here with Ethereum. That's why I just called up Riot. A beautiful bottom, 24.75. Tick, 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 tick. Like where are the red candles here? I see a lot here, but we're gonna get retest highs probably on Ethereum. Obviously, this was a big move down. At the same time, 1 o'clock. Even though this is capital gains, right? I mean, you're gonna pay it. I think you pay it on Bitcoin in the U.S. I believe so. Anyways, 25.40 to the upside. Again, we're in Canada, so this capital gains tax doesn't affect us, but it does affect the market. And obviously, if we're long-term holders, then and the market's getting hit, I mean, it's the same thing. Someone tweeted at me and said that they were from Puerto Rico, so they didn't really care that much. But the rhetoric is that it hits the market, right? And so if you get hit on that, then it doesn't really matter where you're from. Like all my holdings there just went down 1.18%, right? I mean, if you're holding Microsoft like I am, and I just checked on my Microsoft, it was just 260. So now you're at 256. So a big move down for Microsoft. We still are long right here. We're going to look to get this out, man. If we can get this out at 257.15, we are going to do that. We will check in. I mean, we can check in right now. Where's my imbalance locator? Oh, here it is. Okay, so right now, you're seeing here, whoa, Ford's a sell? Okay, I'm in this stock, so we'll have to see what's going on. Twitter's a sell. Right now, lots of things are going to be sells, man. Palantir's a buy, though, so that's good. Some things starting to get paired off. We'll see what happens, but right now, not overly exciting here on the imbalance locator for the evening, guys.
I'm going to hit this one here, and maybe I got shook out, but I kind of look at these parabolic moves, and when I'm looking at the tape and just sort of seeing a stall point where I'd be considering a turnaround short, I'm just going to go ahead and take my long position out. I was looking for Ocugen to get to that 9 before considering a turn, but it had enough of a slowdown. Why not take it? It's going to be a nice little 40 cents on the last 20% of the position. If it does... Look, if it blows through 9 with no signs of stopping and no offer, I'm not jumping in front of a moving train just because it's fun. Well, no, that's not fun in any sense. But if it does have any kind of slowdown, that, like what I saw in the mid-60s there, I'd probably look for a rollover short with a tight stop. Southwest, and the reason why you take profit, and it always makes sense to do so, it also pulled back and started to slow down a little bit. So the market is still trying to bounce here. I go back to my Apple position, that 131, I mean, 59.60, whatever, that's the price we got to the downside. It is also sort of a coming back in, not quite breaking through that 132.25 spot. So market is trying. It doesn't seem to be following through on this bounce. I mean, we're 15 handles off the low when we dropped 55 handles from the top on the ES when that announcement was made and hit the wire. So it's really not that much of a pushback, pullback here, or pushback, pullback, bounce, whatever you want to call it. But we're trying to see if we can't go into the highs. I definitely got shook on OCGN because now it's 880, so I kind of said I thought it was going to go there, and there it is.
Like Mob Deep, if you guys know shook ones.
Halfway shook.
There. Yeah, you're only halfway shook? Okay, that's good. Okay, so good move there.
Crook.
Oh, there it is. Bang! We hit that right there. Nice little win for us on Softy. $1 and change there, or maybe exactly $1. What was it? Yeah, actually $1.01. Nice move there on Softy. Just took that out. And again, whether or not the market rips or not, who knows? Got to give a big shout out to my main man Baxter. What's up, my man? Keep working hard. We'll see you on Sunday. You're gonna pick this guy up, come back. The kids are really looking forward to seeing you. So thank you for tuning in and nice to see you. Nice trade there on Softy, man. Big one. Palantir, you know that story. We're still going to go on that one. And then here goes Ford. Okay, you know what? Again, you trade this stock a little bit with more shares. So, when you're in the money here, 4 or 5 cents, that's not horrible. I mean, we would love for this to rip, but that's a good pick up there. We talked about liking Ford. If you see it earlier on in the day, like this is one of my better trades. We waited for this to drop down. We got long at 934, and finally at about 11:30, right when we ended the show, it head to that 1205, 1206 level. Can it get there again? I believe it can. Ford upgraded today. Let's see if it gets back to 12. Even if I get out right here at VWAP, not a bad spot, 1198. So looking forward to that. Yeah, crypto still heading to the north side. But the funny thing is, this Riot, I talked about Riot before. It's just not, I don't know, I thought it would go. I just showed you those levels here on Ether. You can see what's happening. It's just tick, 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 boom. What up to the Packer faithful there? Look, I mean, straight upside there. And it's just funny that you didn't see that same sort of reaction with Mara. So we'll have to wait to see what happens. It's actually coming to the downside right now.
Oxygen to 9, but I'm sitting here staring at KNBE because it always feels like the very few IPOs that we aren't involved trading in, Sean, do this. I mean, are you kidding me? Opened at $19.95. That's a great opening price, by the way, $19.95. It's like an infomercial or something. Up to 23 and change. Comes all the way back in, gives you look at this level here at 21. I mean, there is a flush out, and I'll tell you right here, right now, when you get a level like this, 21, you get a flush out. When it retakes it, I mean, give me a break. You're trying to get in long when it retakes 21. Whether you give it all the way to the bottom wick or right back through the evens, who cares? You're in the money now, $4.50. So another strong one. I promise you. I mean, I don't know that I have a trade in it today off the top, with 20 minutes to go, long through a 25 at the top when it's made a move like this. I can't see myself to that. But tomorrow, I think you're going to be looking for some defenses of 22.75. Does it gap down and give you a defense at that level? Of course, you're going to look back at 21. Those are the kind of things running through my mind. And Southwest going to do a rebuy in front of 61. That's the only level I'm playing. With only 20 minutes to go, we're starting to run out of time for some of these plays. And the only short I have on, which usually I try to, I'll be usually shorting a few stocks. path can't seem to roll over. So some strength here. It broke that 78. It's bouncing off 77.50 a couple of times. I'm still looking for VWAP. I don't have a bid out. I want to see it flush, and then I'll just get aggressive. And when it gets close to 76.5, where it looks like it's turning, I'm just going to punch out. I'm also eyeing the clock for 350 because I might have to be put to a decision at that point there. But this 80 level, sort of file that one away, because if we hold 76 today, and then maybe open up 78.5, 79, somewhere in the middle of that range, you're looking at 80 break in the morning. That looks pretty good to me after a triple top today.
Okay, I'm just getting the imbalance locator out because it's going to soon show. There it is. I was going to say it's going to soon show some Canadian names. So let's just make this a little bit bigger. I just adjusted the font here. So let's see what's at the top. I have no idea what NPI is. Royal Bank, CM, which is CIBC, Barrick, Air Canada. It doesn't look too interesting. They're all buys though, right? Besides this NPI. So we can find out what this is. I don't know what's involved with this one. But yeah, all bids right now in Canada, in Toronto. So good little look there. I don't know, man. We just got some more out at 94 here on Ford. I'm still waiting for 95s. Got my offer at 90. You know what? Maybe 97. We'll just put an offer at. See if it does rip up to there, and we can get that play for sure. What about Netflix? Netflix reported yesterday. I do want to, if we can get to that, maybe like 345 or so, maybe we'll have a look at the earnings board again, just to refresh some of the names so we can see if there's going to be any hot moves. Netflix.
Oh my God.
The funny thing about this, let me see. Where was the move? Okay, so this is what I wanted to see. This was the open. We touched out at 514. Beautiful tank right to the bottom of 500. So we got to put that in our cap and remember this level for tomorrow. 500, like it held there like a champ today. So watch out for that level there, 500 on Netflix. But that could be a slippery slope for sure. If it breaks that, who knows how far we'll go back down. But it's holding VWAP here with the high of only 506. So we're getting very close to breaking that. What do we think about that? Like the market started here. It was starting to go up, and then El Presidente there came with the hammer, and Netflix didn't even go down that far. Like if you look at Microsoft, like Microsoft is half the price and moved the same as this. So I believe Netflix is strong. A 505, 506 break, I'm going to go long. So 506, you're going to see me turn long into Netflix. If the market rallies, this name is strong. We're going to trade, even though it doesn't look like it, but it should have dropped more than this. It didn't even retest that 500. So I like a 506 play here on NFLX.
I'm going to hit this key because this will make me look okay, or at least make me look good, getting out the turn around that 76.50. I said, look, if path gets there, I'd look for any kind of a slow in the movement and just get out manually. So we'll take like a 260 winner, like $2.60. It's the last 20%. I did take the bulk of this trade off because it was a triple top, and I didn't think it was going to fade as far as it did before. But Baxter, if you're watching, fellow Waterloo Warriors, baby, that's what I'm talking. Go Warriors. But here's the thing. Learn to get those diamond hands at some point, and I'll show you a little bit of embarrassment. Sometimes you gotta let it ride, right? So here's my lesson to you. If you find yourself with a good level in a good position, and there aren't a heck of a lot of signs of weakness, there isn't a lot moving in the market. Brennan had just said there were very few weak stocks, very strong stocks in this market, and pointed to Ocugen. There was a consolidation break. I mean, what I'm sort of getting at is, maybe switch the game up a little. I know with limited time, it's going into the close. You got to get flat, but like, I don't know. I probably got way too much out here in front of like 850. And then when it made that test up to like 865 and slowed down, I'm like, whatever, I'll just take the rest off. Whereas if I had a bigger position left, maybe you still had half on, then you're letting it run right to that $9. Now, obviously, you'd have to be nuts to have shorted in the 9 if you saw it when it got there, because there was no slowing down, there was no offer. Still going parabolic. I don't even know that I like the turn in this just yet. It feels like it's just going to be a bit random when it does turn around, but sometimes you just have to read the fact that you're in good, adjust on the fly, and hold, which I did not hear. Ocugen, I don't even know what to say about this stock. It just keeps going and going and going, yet, I mean, you go back and say to yourself, this stock was at $19 and got cut by 75%, and it's not even halfway back. So there you go.
We'll throw some hot dogs around. Although we had some nice sausage for lunch, which is pretty good. Shout out to our caterer. Yeah, it was pretty tasty. I put some pickles in there, some sauerkraut. You know what I'm saying? That was really nice. So, anyways, okay, here we go. Snapchat. Big win already. That's why we hit the hot dog. So we'll also hit this.
Money.
Okay, Snapchat, we talked about that. It's really my only play in there, out. We had a trailing stop that got filled, so we got in and out there quickly. That's what happened. Oh, and Neil, I know we're going to throw it to Brendan, but I want to give a big shout out to Trader Joe there in the chat. He's been following us for a very long time and a good Twitter friend of mine. He mentioned trailing stops maybe on a thing like OCGN, but, you know, again.
You're 100% right, Trader Joe.
You're 100% right. What up, Brandon?
Yeah, they had a COVID-19 vaccine, guys, that had some positive data for OCGN. Some people talking about it. Refresher time. There's 15 minutes left until we get a few of these. Anyways, keep in mind, guys, this is both aftermarket and then again tomorrow before the open.
Okay, keep that on there for a second. All right, Snapchat. Okay, so we talked about Intel. We always look at Honeywell. That's kind of boring, but a great stock regardless. American. Okay, we can look at American Express. Might be something there. Mattel. I mean, there's a bunch of things. Maybe even Mattel. MAT. Thank you guys. Mattel might be a good one because again, like you know, the stay at home. Oh, is it a NASDAQ stock? I thought it was a New York stock there. Oh, it is MAT. Okay, good. That was a good guess. Yeah, I guess it's NASDAQ there. So Mattel here, again, a big move down. The thing about it is toys, right? Like, what's up with toys? Oh, it was Hasbro that made that deal with Roblox. So maybe I like Hasbro a little bit better. We can check Roblox, too, in a second to see where that is. Shout out to my guy, Baron, buying the Roblox. My 9-year-old is buying Roblox shares. I don't know. He has 2 shares, so I'm not giving him too much leeway on that. But Mattel trying to go. Let's have a daily chart here. If it loads, we can have a look at the daily chart on Mattel just to see what we're doing on this one. Snapchat still at that 57.50 level. Come on, chart. Okay, yeah, not exciting. I was wondering if there was. I mean, this is an exciting move straight upside, but you could see it just taking this 50 period and riding it all the way. So I can't. Based on this, I don't really have too much forward outlook here for Mattel, other than the fact that you could take out this 22, but yeah, nothing here. Thought it might have been a little bit more spicy than that.
Yeah, the tricky one on that list is going to be like a Honeywell, which, you know, it's basic. It's down only 0.5% here, but off that little flush, it was testing and breaking out, and actually breaking out through the high at like 232.5 here.
Okay, so
and,
we got
it's such a strong name that it's going to be tricky. Almost like I said in the morning show, I kind of half want this thing to miss. And then, well, just selfishly, so there's an opportunity to get in without having to buy the high. I just feel like it's going to take a heck of a lot of out of that report for them to go anywhere to the upside. It's just, it is what it is at this point. I did get, just to go back to positions very quickly, because Southwest, which also reported today in the airline space, there was that little pullback into 61. There we go. I did get that refill. So along again in the teens here, if we can take it out again in front of those like 40s and 50s, more shallow each time because we're running out of time, Sean.
Yeah, I just hit the button there because we finally, not finally, I mean, this is my first try. We're into Netflix right now. So we take out that 506. It goes instantly. I mean, talking about instantly in the money there, 50 cents. But now we're out 50 cents. So we're going to give it back to here, man. Maybe even a little bit lower. This is going to be a $2 or so hit. We'll see. This is not a very heavy position, guys. You know, we're not going to do that, but we'd have to wait to see the imbalances come out. I have a feeling they're going to be negative into a day like today. But again, the NASDAQ has battled back from its very bottom. So I wish we could get Arun on just to see. I mean, he was here yesterday trading the futures to see what was going to happen, but we'll wait to see if it retests that bottom. I got to hold out for a little bit on Netflix. Like, we're out of the money here, like 30 cents. I mean, this is not a big deal. Brendan, give us another one.
These tobacco stocks going again here, guys. It looks like the Democrats have officially introduced this bill to reduce nicotine in cigarettes. So tobacco stocks getting hit, that XXII going to the upside, guys.
I was kind of hoping there'd be like a little bit of a lag. Is that still at $4? $4 was a bit of a level. I mean, the last time this news came in, just so you guys, if you guys remember that for the afternoon show, I mean, there was a double top at $4. I was sort of shorting off of that level. Now you're able to sort of pick it up in front, I suppose. So I don't know. I'm frisky. I'll take some 05s here in front of that $4 level, just in case it wants to make a secondary push to the upside. There was I apologize, I didn't see in there, but someone was saying, would this capital gains tax or any change affect people in the UK trading US symbols? I actually think the bigger effect is the fact that, look, if this gets pushed through, you're probably going to have some people trying to take some money off of the table in some of these stocks before it goes into effect. Whether or not it can be retroactive or not, that's going to be a big deal. I'm still a little bit skeptical as to how fast or whether or not they could actually push that through, but the market seems to think that they want to sell off a little bit here. So, you know, it's just a par for the course. You have to react to the news. The momentum is to the downside. And this is not much of a bounce considering what I thought it was going to be able to do after we hit that low from yesterday. I thought we'd be screaming away from yesterday's low given the strength we saw in the market in that morning on that rebound. And that is just not happening yet.
So I just kind of want to focus on a couple names here. We basically, I said I was going to wait for 97. We do have a 96 print there on Ford. So I'm still waiting. I have actually, my last bid is at 98. So maybe I'll change that to 97 now. I'll cancel those offers and wait for that. Netflix, again, okay, so this is my only position. We do have Palantir here. It's kind of bouncing around. Not too happy that this is fading back in right now. Okay, here it comes. What a great opportunity this is right now to see these come out live. So we're going to see these imbalances as they come out right now on the New York Stock Exchange. Ford, okay, there's Ford with the sell. So we're going to get out of that one for sure. There it goes. Netflix now, 80 cents in the money. Let's go. Must have come out a bid. Netflix going to the high side here. We're $1 in the money. Let's go, Netflix. My target, believe it or not, is $2. So we're going to give it $2 to the downside. We're waiting for this 508 here. Nice move up there, man. It just goes in the money, $1 and change. Now it's coming back down, but a big bump up there for Netflix. Let's see if it can't keep the momentum to the upside. We've already crushed it with Snap for you guys here early. So that was a good trade. We have Palantir already. We had Ford. We crushed it on that trade as well. As Ford now coming back upside. Maybe we'll just take this 97 and get out. This has been a fantastic afternoon and afternoon show. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you're just watching us now and saying, man, these guys should do a morning show, hey, that's our bread and butter. 8:30, join us. Tomorrow morning, 8:30. I'll see you guys there.
Yeah, and I promise you, we'll be trading some. Definitely trading some oxygen, which just blew right to 955 high of the day. So there's no stopping this move. And the key thing here is, and I'll exaggerate this for you. Look at the volume going into this last spike. This is not slowing down into the close. This is accelerating, going into some fresh highs. So I'm not standing in front of that moving train. Obviously, you're not going to see me in a short position in this name. Not with this little time to go. It's sort of squeeze central. Yeah, you can pick at it if you like, but you won't catch me dead shorting this one. Just going back over that 22nd century. Now, of course, there was a spike on that news. Looks like not a lot of follow through. Like maybe it's just sort of like expected, and there's no helium here, and the potential could be more downside in like in your Philip Morrises of the world here. So it's not really going. I don't really use stop orders this late in the day because I'm not going to be trading too many symbols. But if it breaks $4, I'm going to be out of 22nd century. Not sure it has the momentum. Kind of looked over and said I liked that level. It was sitting just above it at 05. Want to take a shot at it. I'll risk 5 or 6 pennies to see if it can at least push toward the highs going into the close. Looks like nothing to see here.
We're 80 cents in the money on Netflix, and I'm just searching this locator here. You see, it's strange, though, because it's a sell, but it's only 5,000 shares. So that was really strange to see that actually came out a sell there. But that's nice, but Netflix right now, whoops, that's not Netflix, that's MVIS. Here's Netflix, 507 right now, a big move. Whoa, 555, that didn't happen. Damn it, now I can't even really show you this chart because we have this tick. I'm gonna have to get this off the chart and then I'll show it to you, but that's a nice win now. You can see the price, man, 507.25, 507, just making some moves to the upside. I think this is probably worth getting off now with only 7 minutes to go. Let's take the dollar win on Netflix and flash out. Netflix, a nice move here. We'll get out right now. We'll take that clean dollar, and I hope you enjoyed the ride.
100%.
We go.
Speaking of not holding things, yeah, there's path. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I don't expect it to flash all the way back into the 73 half level where it pulled back once, twice, and it's trying to do a third time. Every now and then, like I said, when you're in the money, you should just hold a little bit longer, and it's the same culprit. A few too many outs in front of what was resistance. Now, part of the reason why I do that is because I start too early, and because I had this 78 short that I basically flatted. And then I looked back to that level thinking it was going to be a little bit more support than it was. It bounced here and never gave a re-entry back up at 79.5, right? So that was a bit of a misread, thinking there'd be a little bit more strength there to push it back up close to the 80 mark. Either way, a winning trade's a winning trade. You just got to be able to evaluate it and see how you can improve in the future. And 2 in a row that I didn't hold long enough into the close. And so when you get the momentum, when you're in the right direction into the end of the day, that's just more of a reason to be holding the trade because you'll see that further extension, especially ones where people are profit taking. Triple top, it's been a great 2-day ride. If someone's sitting here that just bought the opening on path at 65, and they see that at 80, it's like, that's, from there, you're looking at a 20% gain when it breaks that 78 side there. And then that 80 level, I mean, if it broke through there, fair enough, but 3 cracks at it, If I had that and was thinking swing, I'd be taking profit 100%. And if you're short selling, you got to think the other side of the trade, which is maybe some of those recent buyers who are more apt to dump quickly as opposed to those holding for the long term.
So here, with only 5 minutes to go now, we'll have another quick look at the locator, but there's the Netflix out. I fixed the chart up. So 506 in, we just said we down. 507.15 or 16, something like that, a smooth dollar. And again, there's nothing wrong with taking it out if we're still holding it. I still think that, honestly, if we get a strong close, we could get up to this 508. There's no problem with that. But it's just like there's a lot here. And I don't know if there's going to be any sort of motivation to rally this market into the close. So when you can take a win like that, we're going to take that. Let's just check back to see if we made the right decision on Snapchat. Yes, we did. What is up with these wicks, man? Too many wicks up here. I don't know. There must have been some dark pool printing that did happen. But Snapchat, yeah, another nice win for us. And the last one, hopefully this doesn't have a messed up chart, is Palantir. It's basically just baselining. Look where we're holding, guys. Let's write that down. I still keep notes like as we go, so we're going to write this down, but there's no problem with it. 22.75 held for Palantir with only 6 minutes, with only less than 4 minutes left. We're going to get out of Palantir right now and then end our day. Ford still with a sell. But the thing about Ford is here, WY, Twitter, what else is here? ConocoPhillips, Pfizer there, Verizon. It's all small. But there goes Ford. We just got another 96 out there, so that's a good trade. Actually, that's my first 96. I thought we got another one. We didn't. Let's just take this out now, 94 again. Not too many shares left. We're long 91. It's another winner. So here in the aftermarket show, man, Snapchat, big win. Netflix, big win. Ford, we'll take it, 4 or 5, 3 pennies on Ford. But again, even if you have 2,000 shares, you make that 50, 60 bucks and you're done with it. We're going to end the show now at my highest spot. It's called 0 LFT. So we're going to have no LFT. It's a big show and it's a big close. Thank you for joining. What a crazy move that was from El Presidente, Joe Biden, crushing people's dreams, but that's not going to get approved, so don't worry. I think you go long on these dips, guys.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you like some stocks, I certainly find a good place to dip. I just wrote down a note and was like, no bottom with a question mark for Coinbase here because it took out the low. There's a lot of names that have been able to bounce on this move. I even saw, briefly we got back to 5,300. We're holding the lows on a Bitcoin there, but unfortunately Coinbase isn't with them, like down 6.5%. I won't triple dip. I think you almost have to wait. I mean, if you made an initial buy in this, which I did, I kind of think you want to wait to see this play out. If it's a long-term play, I mean, you're probably not worried too much. But at the end of the day, 250 was a reference price. There was a previous 310 low and then 300 today. Outside of that, there's nothing to work off of. We'll have to play it by ear tomorrow going into the open as to where some support might end up being on Coinbase. I don't really have much of a choice with 3 minutes to go here, but Apple is only about 40 cents in the money. I'm just going to go ahead and take it off. I still have that 22nd century. It's like 2 cents out of the money. It's not going to break 4. It's not going to break up. I might as well just get out of that one as well. See if I can't get out. Southwest is kind of holding at that 61. I'll give it one more position, just this last one, to see if it can bounce. If it breaks 61, I'm out anyways. But we have to be flat by the end of the day. It's just the way things work here at Day Trade the World under our model.
You guys see this with only 2 minutes left. Thank you for joining us again. I'm waiting to get out some 95s. If we get them, great. If we don't, we'll have to get 94s. But we're just waiting for Ford, and we just took out our Palantir. We got 85s, but now it's at 88. Or no, we got 86s, so that's not bad, actually. But no, we got 85s, boo. Now it's up to 88. So we had to clear it out. That's fine. We are gone from that trade rate now. So, yeah, again, big show. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Join us tomorrow. It's going to be a good one again. Lots of stocks up for earnings. Intel coming. Again, I wish these were coming right at 4. If there was something, then we could have a look at it. But Intel right now, basing out, good break spot here. The chart looks pretty enticing. It's back to the 50 period. So we're going to get some action on Intel for sure tomorrow, obviously, with the report coming. But you've seen Intel bang, bang, and then straight up on some activist action. So, yeah, if they miss, we're going to see, I think it was Leon Cooperman buying down here. I can't remember, but I believe it was. So we're going to find out down here what the situation is. If they miss tomorrow, I think you could see Intel in this area again, at least to 60, if not a little bit lower. But we'll see. Not that they're going to miss, but there is a chance, obviously. So it looks like that doesn't come down, or we don't get out of our Ford at that price. So now we're going to offer 94, guys. We should be able to get that.
Was a minutes ago, Tony's trades. You asked me for like Nicola's swing idea. Here's my day on Nicola: short lose, short lose, short lose, short lose. All of them were tight stop trades. I don't believe in Nicola as a company. I can't find my way into any kind of a long position on this name. When it comes to the short side, I was basically wrong all day long. And then you look at what happened in the market flush. This actually held up. The first level I played, which is off of 1150, it holds 1150. So it's a little more strength than anticipated. I'm hands off of this stock. I want to see it settle down a little bit. I did have a little bit of news today and then squeeze to the upside. So I wish I could tell you better, but I'm not going to be touching Nick. Well, I'll probably day trade it, but I wouldn't be holding shorts overnight on Nicola, not the way that it traded today. And we do drop the countdown. It was good luck in the morning show, but Miss V had her green shirt on. It is what it is, but it was a fun ending show for you guys. We can drop that countdown, and she's going to ring that bell for you. At least I believe she is. And she's got the green, even though it wasn't the green day.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's hit that thing, and now we are officially closed. That was a very, very interesting day. Brendan, did you have any last-second trades there, or you kind of stayed out of this market?
I was trying to stay out of trouble, but yeah, I mean, lots of things to look at. We'll keep an eye on Intel, guys. There's no actual given time for when they're going to report. Snapchat is scheduled for 4:10 if you're sticking around to have a look at Snap, a heads up on that. Let's have a look at how the markets ended. Yeah, pretty red here, unfortunately. Exactly the same. Look at that, 0.88, 0.88. The S&P and the Dow, 1 1/4 there for the NASDAQ. Everything downside across the board, guys.
All right, guys. Yeah, big time movement happening. You see Bitcoin starting to go back to the downside. So a couple good trades happened there at the close. We're going to wait to see what Snapchat does. That's the earnings that I'm most interested in. Look, fantastic show. We're going to wrap it up now. There's really no earnings coming right away for you at 4 o'clock. Our production team, what up? Lucas, Robbie, Maggie. I got in trouble yesterday from you guys in the chat for not bringing her up, but there she is. Give a big wave, guys. It's going to be a big show. Valeria's there. Everyone liking your shirt again, Valeria. Keep the green for the good luck. Neil, good luck with everything. We'll see you tomorrow. It's going to be a good show. Thank you to Brendan as well. Guys, thank you for joining. This is a big show. We're so happy that we're doing the close. From everybody here, our whole Trader TV Live team, we'll have a good night. And we'll check you guys in the AM. 8:30. See you guys.
They're selling Intel,
guys. Yeah, Intel's selling off.